Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is your girl Sassy. If this is your first time watching me, welcome to the family. Please click the red subscribe button to join this family. Give this video a like, leave a comment and share. Thank you to all my old subscribers and thank you to all my new subscribers. I love you all. Please share my videos, give my video likes, invite your friends to watch. Subscribe to this channel so that I can make it to 1K subscribers as soon as possible, which will motivate me to make more videos for you guys.
There's some whores in this house. 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 There's some.
So guys, in today's video I'll be telling you guys a story. It's more of like my experience, what I go through, and an advice to other trans girls out there. Okay, so by the title of this video I'll be talking about telling guys that I'm trans, and how it all goes. This is story time. It's about my experience telling guys I'm trans, because most of the time they don't believe it. Even looking at me, you can't tell. That's the truth. And if I tell them, it's kind of like difficult for them to believe. So it's something that I have to do in my own way. I don't want this video to be long. I want this video to be short as possible. So guys, my way of telling guys that I'm trans is, first of all, when we are talking online, I will tell you before we meet up. That's me. That's what I do personally. I tell guys whenever we are talking online that I'm trans. If they're okay with that, we meet. If they're not okay with that, we don't meet. But if we meet on like in person, not online, in person, that is a tricky part, because sometimes you can tell them when they are alone with you and you know you are in a safe place. You can tell them that you're trans. That's what I do. That's what I do personally. But if it's not a safe place, the people around, they are equally transphobic, then you have to keep it to yourself. That's what I do. I keep it to myself until I get a chance to tell the guy that this is who I am, after making the guy get to know me. Yes, but it's risky. It's risky in the sense that sometimes some of the guys can be violent physically. It's a risky way, but just to save yourself like public humiliation, embarrassment, that's the only way. That's the reason why I do that. That's why I do that. It's not like I am doing it to keep them in the dark that I'm trans. No, that's not it. It's because of my own safety. That's why I choose to keep it to myself. When I'm in the midst of people I know are not accepting of me being trans, I have to keep it to myself. That's the reason why I don't tell when I know I'm not in a safe environment. I know a lot of trans girls do this, but sometimes it doesn't go well. That's the truth. Majority of the time it doesn't go well, and this leads to other trans girls being killed, especially in the US. Some people always blame us for not telling in the first place, but they don't really know the reason why we don't tell in the first place. The reason we don't tell is because of what I just said, that the environment that we are in, if the people around are not accepting, are not open-minded, and you feel like you don't have to say, you don't feel safe to say it, then you won't say it. Because imagine you being a trans girl and a guy approaches you, takes you to his place, and his guys are in the room, and you guys started to talk, and he's all over you. How are you going to explain to him like you are trans and his friends are there? In case you tell him, he's by all means going to get angry, start beating you, and tell his friends, and they'll all jump on you, start beating you. You know, that's what happens to most girls. If we tell from the beginning or we don't tell from the beginning, it ends up in the same result as being beaten, as being humiliated, you know. So people out there blaming trans girls for not telling at the first place, it's wrong. Okay, it's wrong. So most of the time it's not our fault. You don't have to blame us for not telling, because most of the time we tell. Even if we tell from the beginning or the middle or the end, if the guy has issues with trans people, by all means he's going to do something. Yeah, that's the truth. He's going to do something bad. For the fact that he has developed these feelings towards you, and him not knowing that you are trans already gave him that anger to do something bad to you, which is not your fault, which is not my fault, obviously. So people should avoid putting the blame on trans girls out there for not telling, because at the end it's not our fault. We tell at the beginning, still we get judged, we get insulted, sometimes beaten, sometimes murdered. It's all the same. You tell at the beginning, you tell during, it ends up the same way. Okay, this story time, this happened in China. I was talking to a guy online, and he didn't know I was trans. Actually, whenever I set up my dating apps, my dating social apps, I always make sure that I put it in my bio that I'm trans. So if you're a guy, you approach my profile and you message me, you already know what you are in for. But some guys always keep the part of reading people's bio, and they just go straight to chat with you. So this guy messaged me and we chatted and all that stuff. So at this time, that was in 2020, at this time I was having issues with my accommodation in China. So I told him about it, and he told me I should come on, And at that moment, I was trying to find school, so he asked me for my papers, So I gave him my papers, and I sent him my papers, through the phone, my documents, for him to help me get to school. So when he saw my details, he was surprised, and he was like, "Is this your documents?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is my documents." And he was like, "Really? Are you trans?" I'm like, "Yes, of course I'm trans." So he got to know me before getting to know that I'm trans, so he was cool with it. So he asked me to come over to his side and stay at his place for some time. So I went to his side and I stayed at his side for some time. That's one guy experience. Okay. Then there is this other guy that I also met online with my details, everything in my bio. So I was looking for a job in the club as a waitress or a go-go dancer, someone who will be in the club and lure customers, to the club. You look good and people would like to talk to you in the club, you entice them to buy drinks, spend more in the club. So yeah, that's a go-go dancer in the club. You just look good to attract customers. Sometimes you dance, So I was looking for that kind of a job. So at this time, I didn't have a place. I was in a hotel, and he offered me this job that I should come to his city and he'll help me get this job. He's also working in the club. So I was like, okay, fine. Then I packed my stuff, took the last bus in the night and went to his city. I arrived very late, like midnight. So when I arrived, he bought food for me, We talked normally on the phone. So I already asked him if he knows what trans is. He was like, yeah, he knows, he doesn't have a problem, he doesn't know that stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. So when I got to his place, I was comfortable. Okay, I was comfortable. He gave me food, he was treating me good. He gave me a t-shirt to wear. I wore the t-shirt after taking my shower, coming out from the shower, naked. He saw my body, everything. Because I was cool with him, he was like, he doesn't have any issues. So I didn't know that he had no idea, but he told me he had an idea. That's some guys don't get it, but they pretend they get it. So when it got to the point of sleeping, then he started to ask me these kind of weird questions when we were in the bed about to sleep. So after asking me those questions, I got this feeling that no, this guy doesn't know what trans actually means. For him, he thought I was a girl trying to be a guy, kind of trans. That's what he wants. That's what he was thinking I was. So he got surprised. So when I got so sleepy and I started to doze off, he left the room without me knowing. So he went to tell his friends that he has brought this person to his place. He didn't know this and that and that. So one of his friends knows me. One of his friends knows me very well. We've met before. So he came to wake me up on the bed and he was like, why did I come here? His friend just came to their place complaining, saying a lot of bad things about you. why did I come here? And I explained to him that it's because of the job, and I already explained to his friend on the phone that I'm trans, you know. So that guy wanted his friends to come and beat me up in the room. That's what happened. You know, even if you tell from the beginning, some guys don't get it. Some guys don't get it. And at the end, it just ends up the same way. You getting beaten up or something bad happens to you. So that's what happened. That guy woke me up, told me that they are planning to do something bad to me. They want to beat me up, so he will talk to them and try to calm them down. So in the morning I had to leave and all those stuff. So he went to talk to them. I spent the night there. In the morning I had to leave. I spent my money going to his city, which I was thinking I was going to get a job and work, but it didn't turn out that way. So yeah, telling guys that I'm trans is not something easy for me personally, and I know it's not something easy for other trans girls out there either to say. So don't force trans girls to always say. Let them feel comfortable to say, okay, to tell that they are trans. You have to give the person time for them to say, whenever they feel comfortable to say who they are or tell you what they are. That's how it's supposed to be. Even if you know, you just have to keep it to yourself and just allow them to feel comfortable with you and come out to you. Do you get me? So this is an advice to people out there judging trans girls about not coming out to guys when they meet instantly. Yeah, and my story should let you know that even if we come out to them when we meet, it ends up badly. Even if we come out to them after we meet or during the time we're meeting, it's always not good. It always goes sideways. So guys, that's the advice to you, and I'm going to give this advice to my fellow trans girls out there, my trans sisters. Please, please, please try as much as possible to put it in your dating profile, your social media handles, that you are trans, okay? So anyone that will come into your DMs on your socials, they already know who you are. They already know what they are coming for. And there is no excuse for them, okay? If it's like that, fine. You don't need to sit down and start talking about anything with them. They already know. And you will feel comfortable with yourself. Yeah. And also, if you meet someone on the road, somewhere in public, and you feel like you are not safe, you don't feel safe to talk about it, don't feel forced to talk about it. Your safety matters first. Your safety matters first. Just make sure you go to a safe environment, safe place before you tell the guy anything. Yeah, just make sure you go to a safe place. Maybe you were in a room full of people which you feel like they are transphobic. You can tell the guy, oh, can we go somewhere private or go outside? Then you tell him. If he's not cool with it, you just take your way and leave. And he also takes his way and leaves. That's how it's supposed to be. Don't feel cornered, don't feel pressured to tell them in an environment that's not safe, because that's how come most girls lose their lives. Yeah, most girls get jumped on, get beaten in public. You know, there are so many videos that are there. That's the reason. That's what happens. That's what happens. So this year 2022, I just want you girls to be safe out there. We've lost a lot of sisters over the years, and this 2022 has to be different, okay? Everyone knows already what trans is by this time, 2022. So if you write it on your profile that you are trans, if no one wants to come close to you, they won't. If people want to come close to you, they will. Just put it in your profile and just feel comfortable. That's it. And if you meet people in person, just make sure you are in a safe environment before you tell them anything about yourself. Yeah, that's it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and share. And guys, please click on the PayPal link down in the description box below to donate anything you like to support this channel. So feel free. If you feel like donating, fine. If you don't feel like donating, that's up to you. So guys, yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next video. Bye.